Hey there! So this video is going to be about explaining what are rare earth metals or rare earth elements, their description, their capabilities, their uses in industries, their costs, and so on and so forth. But the most basics, most fundamental things that most people simply do not understand. I see it time and time in the news media, time and time talking to people. Everybody's talking about rare earth metals, everyone's talking about rare earth elements, especially lately, yet nobody knows what they even are. It is one of the most frustrating things in the world. So firstly, what are rare earth metals? What are rare earth elements? So you ask most people what they are, and they think it's platinum, they think it's uranium, they think it's germanium, they think it's everything except what it actually is. So on this entire this is known as the periodic table. Most of you probably seen this in high school or even elementary. This is a very basic thing that most people know. Yet where on this entire table are rare earth metals, rare earth elements? Okay, this is a very specific scientific an industry term that has a very specific meaning. Okay, I'll get into the explanation of why it is what it is, but for now, when I say rare earth metals, rare earth elements, it is not what you think by rare. Okay, but where on this entire periodic table is it? Okay, again, most people think it's the platinum group metals. No, those are the platinum group metals. Those are different, or precious metals. Okay, precious metals are precious metals because they're precious. Okay, rare earth, what the hell does rare earth mean, right? Why is it that? Rare earth metals specifically refers to this bar down here. Okay, it is called the lanthanide series. Okay, the lanthanide series are considered the rare earth elements. Okay, the rare earth metals. So we have things like lanthanide, cerium, neodymium. A lot of you guys know what neodymium is, right? It's used in magnets, neodymium magnets. Samarium, terbium, a bunch of these other elements that most people haven't heard. Ytterbium is one that's also used in lasers that a lot of people might have heard of. So anyway, so now we know what rare earth metals are, rare earth elements. Okay, they are this line down here. Germanium is over here. Germanium is not a rare earth element. Okay. Platinum is right here. Platinum is not a rare earth element. Neither is iridium, neither is osmium, neither is ruthenium, neither is rhenium, neither is indium, neither is so on and so forth. Neither is gallium. Gallium is not a rare earth metal. I keep seeing it in the news. I keep seeing it. People talk about these elements and calling them as rare earth metals. Okay, so now that we clarified that, let's figure out why are they called rare earth elements? Why are they called rare earth metals? The reason why is because they don't form, they aren't formed in veins like gold, like copper, like other metals do. Okay, when you go mining for rare earth elements, you have to process in a huge amount of material, and it's found in trace quantities. Okay, now most rare earth elements are actually more common than tin, more common than copper, more common than many other elements that we consider to be everyday use items. Okay, again, rare earth elements are not rare in the sense that they're rare, that they're in a very small quantity in the entire planet, okay, or the entire Earth. So like for example, platinum or gold, there's a very, very, very small, if you calculate all the elements that Earth has, okay, and the crust, there's a very, very small percentage of that is gold or platinum, right? But rare earth elements are not rare. They're very abundant. They're way more abundant than tin, way more abundant than copper, way more abundant than these other metals. The only reason they're called rare earth is because in the earth, they're not found in veins, right? They're found very dispersed. And a long time ago when these terminologies were created, that was considered rare for them because they had to process a lot of material in order to get a very small amount. So now that we got that clarified, now we got that understood what the hell they even are, let's go into the second thing. What are they used for? Okay, so a lot of people think rare earth metals, rare earth elements are very critical, very important, very used in batteries and technologies and industries all around that you see that are very critical to a lot of things. Now, yes, there are some niche things, applications, like I said, ytterbium, that is using that's using as a dopant to create lasers, very small amounts. But anyways, fiber optic lasers. Anyways, the neodymium that's used in magnets. There's a couple other ones that are used for magnets. I'll post a chart that shows the different uses for rare earth elements. However, to disappoint most people is that their most common use, rare earth elements, is to color glass. Okay, it's used as a glass colorant. Okay, a lot of people that do ceramics, that do fancy decorative glasses, they are very common with rare earth elements because they use them a lot in coloring glass to make, like I said, colored glass. So again, it's not this crazy thing. So they are not used in batteries. I don't know why people associate rare earth metals with batteries. Lithium is not a rare earth element. It is not. Lithium is over here. All the way over here, right next to sodium, sodium chloride, you might know as salt. I'll go into another video about lithium mining, but yeah, fun fact, lithium is not mined in caves with children with pickaxes. It's mined by pumping salt water from underground. But anyways, lithium is not a rare earth element. This bar right here is a rare earth elements, and they're primarily used in glass colorants. And now, yes, they have their niche applications in magnets, in certain electronics, and very certain specific case situations. They also have their applications, like I said, in lasers, and a couple other things. So they do have their uses, but that's not their primary function. That's not their primary use. Now, second thing about rare earth elements, people think that like Ukraine or whatever, right? These countries have rare earth elements. Oh my God, that's so. If we get them, we're gonna be so rich. Okay, two things. Firstly, like I said, they're not rare. They're just spread out over the. So America has a lot of rare earth metals. Okay, rare earth elements. We simply don't target and mine for them. Now I'll get into that later. But so there's supplies and reserves throughout the entire world for rare earth metals, rare earth elements. We can mine and extract rare earth metals in our own country, which will solve all of our needs. Okay, again, I'll get into that later, but that's one thing that's very important. Okay, people think that China has a monopoly on rare earth elements because that they only exist in China. I've seen many news articles talk about this, how China has all the rare earth elements and they have a monopoly on them, and it's unfair because a lot of countries need them and they can't have access to them. But again, that's not true, and that gets into the second part of rare earth elements is they are cheap. Okay, most rare earth, I'll put a price chart. I did this calculation quite a bit ago, but most rare earth elements are only a couple dollars per kilogram. That's right, like $1 or $2. I'm not by a couple dollars. Some are like 7, some are 14, but most are only like $1 or $2 a kilogram. Okay, so they're very cheap. Again, they're way cheaper than copper. Keep in mind, copper is like $3 or $4 a pound. Okay, that would be like $7 or $8 a kilogram. So yeah, most rare earth elements are actually dirt cheap. Again, why? Because they're used in in glass coloring. They don't really have much of a function. Okay, so another thing people have an idea of is that if we start mass mining these, start mass extracting this, that we'll find some crazy technological uses for them. Again, we already are extracting them pretty well, and they have their function, they have their uses, but they're not this crazy thing that we really need. What we need is the platinum group metals. Okay, over here, but that's for a separate video. So now that we understand it, what they are, now understand it's where we get them, how it's cost, blah blah blah. Let me explain my technology. So my technology actually extracts these rare earth elements. Okay, fun fact, it's actually a side product. Reason why China has kind of a monopoly on rare earth elements is because they're so cheap that other countries, they just don't want to deal with it. Like a lot of times they just don't even extract it, they don't even refine it, they don't even try to get it themselves, mostly because we don't have the technology and industry. So this is one of the things that I'm trying to fix and change with my technology, is to create a platinum group metal and rare earth metal industry in America, because we simply don't have that. If you go to most refiners, most companies in America, say, hey, I have rhodium, hey, I have iridium, hey, I have these platinum group metals just in a powder, I need to sell them. Nobody will buy it. Nobody. Okay, me, and I've worked with other companies, and I've asked them, okay, to some of the top refiners in America. We've contacted hundreds and hundreds of refiners. I am not exaggerating. I'm not being sarcastic. We've contacted hundreds and hundreds of refiners, of mines in America. Nobody deals with platinum group metals. Okay, now yes, there are some refiners that will specialize in like one element, let's say iridium or rhodium, maybe 2 or 3 of them, but they don't deal with all of them, because platinum group metals involve ruthenium, rhodium, rhenium, osmium, iridium, platinum, where else? And palladium. So these 6 right here, and this one right here, so technically 7. That is the platinum group metals. And again, most refiners, not most, but all refiners in America, at least maybe there's one niche one, I haven't found them yet, but all of these refiners, what they do is if they do have whatever material, they'll send it to Europe, and there's some places in Europe that'll refine it for them and buy it and whatever for them. But yeah, so my technology is able to extract all these platinum group metals and these rare earth metals. So it's actually a byproduct. It's an annoying byproduct. I found it coincidentally, because we're making these extracted powders, and we're having weird properties, weird things. I'm like, what is this? This is not like any of the platinum group metals. And we suspected it to be rare earth metals, and then we did some testing like UV fluorescence to see if it will fluoresce, and yes, we found rare earth metals. So yeah, again, my technology is able to extract platinum group metals and rare earth metals. I think this is a very easy, very cheap way to solve this entire situation we have, this entire drama that everyone's complaining about, that, you know, we're so dependent of other countries for these metals. But I have the technology to solve that, to help people. So again, I'm trying to focus on, right now I'm focusing on building another workshop. I hope we try to get more of these units that I'm developing built, different type of prototype experiments, and even start shipping some out soon. So if you're interested in helping me out with this project, I want to develop a technology that'll fully go from extracting it out from the ore, extracting it out from the electronics, extracting it out from whatever catalytic converters, etc., all the way down to separating each individual element. Okay, so that is my end goal with this entire project, but it costs a lot. So for example, this XRF machine, just the software, we paid $4,700 for, so quite expensive. Yeah, and it needs an X-ray too, possibly, and some other things possibly, and it all adds up money. So if you want to help out, please let me know. I'll leave my email in the description. But yeah, or if you know anybody else that is interested, if you know anybody in the industry, anybody in a higher position in the government or whatever, that would like some common sense and would like some you know, a solution to this problem that we as a country are currently facing, please let them know. Please let if there's any way I can reach out to them, talk to them, explain them my technology, explain them my system, because it's a very simple, very common sense system that once you understand it, it's like, oh, this is so basic. Why did no one else? That's one of the most common questions I get is, why has nobody else thought about this? First reason is the ion exchange membrane. It's always been so expensive. But secondly, people don't really deal with electrochemistry. It's this like voodoo magic thing that people are always scared of. But anyway, so thanks for watching. I'll be uploading more videos, more topics about mining and industry. I hope you find this interesting, and hope this helps you out in understanding what are rare earth metals, because again, this is a very, very frustrating thing that I hear a lot of people talk about, yet they have no clue what they are. How can you talk about something you don't even know where they are on the periodic table? So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.